Alright guys, this is going to be laning phase expectations for Pyke. This is going to be a Pyke brand lane, and this will be versus Alistar Jhin here.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Alright, so right off the bat, coming off base, you want to watch your jungle entrances always. They've got an okay invade comp. They could go in, flash Q with Alistar, follow up with a W from Jhin, and then you're rooted into either third Q Ribbon, W Ribbon, or Eve Charm. There could be lots of things that they lead with there. Laning phase here, we're looking at what type of champions we have. That's going to be one ranged, one melee. One range, one melee. So they don't really have pushing advantage other than Relic Shield proc. So they should use either none or one Relic Shield stack on first wave. They will use one to help execute and push on second wave so that they can try to get level 2 advantage on us here. We're going to go a little faster to get to laning phase. And we're just going to watch how this plays out here. Alright, so right off the bat, we don't want to push hard early on. Like, pushing's okay, but you don't want to push so hard that it ends up at their tower. Alright, so being melee versus melee support, there's not a lot going on. Always try to clear wards if you can, and right there, the one thing I could have done better is I could have pinged for my my carry to hit the ward. I got the 2 autos because I was standing in the spot for it to be cleared or dropped. And we just didn't get that third auto that we needed. Okay, so they got the level 2 first. Level 2 consists of the first wave plus 3 melee creeps out of the second wave. That'll give you level 2 every time. And because they had the Relic Shield procs, they were able to push on us out of there. In that situation as well, their jungler was going for Scuttle up here. And because we got pushed into tower, we're still level 1 while they're level 2 rotating on our jungler. So we got level 2. They did not ward as they went up. So I see my jungler get out. My jungler is safe. I hold the bush position here. And I look for this toll. I gotta drop the wards to make sure that we can get the follow-up damage, the autos that we want to get. Warding is really important so that your carry can use auto attacks. Same with yourself. Like if you're standing here and there, you can't auto even from melee. Okay, so Brand landed the stun. This is where I go for the E flash. Alright, so basically, like the rest of this laning phase, the way that you need to play is Pyke. Alistar is going to look to engage on Brand a lot, right? Like, he should be positioned just out of Brand ability range, looking to make plays on Brand. It's going to be hard for him to catch me as Pyke, so this is the target that he wants to focus. So I've got to try to create, whether it's vision or a zone, to keep him from engaging on my carry here. At this point, we just need to push the lane out and get out of here. We got the 1 kill, we need to reset the wave, and we need to go. We don't push the tower at all, we get our last coin, and we just get straight out. While they're clearing this is when we reset, recall, and buy. You do not want to overstay with your waves. Never overstay. We're going to speed this up back to laning phase here. Alright, so we lost Alistar. Alistar is not in lane. Right now, you should be pinging MIA. Alistar is a very, very strong roam champion. I pinged MIA once. We've got 1. It may not be enough, though. Let's see what happens. Alistar is in the bush, actually. Alright, so Alistar engages from the bush. With that engage, my job right there is to stop Jhin from being able to follow up on Brand. Brand got pretty wrecked, right? So I E'd through Jhin, pretty risky play, not something you normally want to do. But I E'd through him, landed the stun, and then I managed to get out with my W. Alright, so once again we got pushed into tower. We should be pinging MIA. We really need to be pinging MIA sooner. He's had all that time to rotate, and now he's here mid. Because we didn't think fast enough, he got to mid lane, and she ended up dying from that. Aatrox ended up dying from that roam. Jungler is also there. So right now, we need to try to push this wave out and get out of here, or if we're not leaving, just freeze it at this point. But once again, we are looking to protect Brand. Either protect Brand or make a play on their ADC. Like, anytime the support roams, you can try to force something on the ADC. Like, if you can't control the roam, you've got to try to force something. If you aren't in time to roam as well, force something on the ADC. That's about all you can do. So right here, I'm looking to do something, but this bush was warded. So I use my W to get position. I get him. Alistar gets the flash Q at a tower though. He gets the stun off as well. And I end up dying in the 1-for-1. Which is not a 1-for-1. Because also ignited. So they got the 2-for-1. Unlucky trade there. Alistar is now 3-0. We are getting behind. So really, we made a big mistake here on the previous trade where we got jumped on from the bush. One thing you can do, you can W as Pyke up to the bush, right? If you W up, say you get about here. That's about the vision range of an enemy champion, right? If the exclamation mark appears above your head, that means there's a champion there, right? If a pink ward shows up, that means you're just being revealed by a pink. But if there's an exclamation mark while you're in W, there is a champion revealing you. That is a huge tip. Huge tip for Pyke play. For detecting champions in brush. That means you know he's in there. You don't want to walk any further forward. You're probably going to engage if you're there. Yeah, so we're going to jump back for a second, actually. So I see Aatrox getting wrecked here, actually. All over it. Yeah, so I tried to hold her there because I saw Nocturne rotating down. He wanted to ult in, but Eve is following up really well. Nocturne was just late. I should have not gone for the play at all. So this just showed here. You can see that the Oracle Bloom just went off. Brand wasn't watching the minimap, so Brand actually gets engaged on here. He also didn't cast a single spell, and he didn't flash away from that. So there were a lot of things that went wrong there. So with him being dead, there's no real reason to go bottom other than catch XP at tower. Yeah, you can see the animations that Eve's doing our blue buff right now. So I walk over trying to check it. Alistar face checks me. The buff is gone. I'm just going to trinket it so it's cleared. And then I walk back bottom for XP. So I mean, when your carry's dead, you can look to make a roam play, but if your jungler doesn't play to the side, like this game, our jungler was really behind clearing his camps. All of his camps are up at the same time, and that should never happen. That should literally be a situation that never presents itself. He hasn't really ganked that much, and every single one of his camps are up. Like, that is really, really poor time management in the jungle. So like here at this point, you can see Alistar's got a 600 gold shutdown, right? So I went back forward hoping that I could grab him and pull him in. I've got the Ignite. He does have ulti, but he's pretty low. We should be able to just 3-spell combo him if I can land the stun on him. Like the hook into stun combo. Brand should have free follow-up as long as he doesn't get instant Alistar ulted to break CC and then comboed himself. Oh, that, okay. So I was wondering what happened in this play. Brand actually missed his W, and Alistar did not get 3-spell combo. Otherwise, he would have died there. So we're doing the right thing looking for plays. We've got a pink ward behind us to watch for Evelyn, which I don't think it covers all the way to the wall. It needs to be down just a little bit further. We can't actually get the radius of it by clicking it. So yeah, everybody's MIA, they're pinging us out. We need to be getting out of here right now. Like, this is an overstay, we shouldn't be here. He just walks in, he face checks Evelyn. Like, just another situation where people aren't listening to team's pings. Anytime you see people MIA, you've got to assume that they're probably rotating on something. Eve is actually harder than most to play against. Her ability to avoid wards. Her ability to avoid wards makes her, like, really, really broken. Aatrox died with that ulting, that was pretty bad. We're just gonna run away because they're free again. So, I mean, really, all we can do, we gotta stop pushing out. Against Evelynn, we don't want to play beyond, like, here, I would say. She can gank so easily once you're past here. Like, she can just run up lane, be in the bush. If you don't have lane pinked, if you don't have river pinked. Versus the Alistar and the Jhin, we can't really hold pinks either because they are the stronger lane right now. So Brand tried to Q flash E, but he cast the E too slow. And he's just missing a lot of spells. That's why it's not going so well. I see this going down. I'm trying to get down here as fast as possible. Knocker did absolutely no damage there. That was just pretty awkward. Alright, is this... Okay. So right now, warding. Playing against Evelynn in the jungle, if you're against an invisible jungler, you've got to have deep wards. So the best thing that we could do is try to put wards at her camps. We want to see what side she's revealing on, and hopefully you can see which way she's leaving her camps from. So if you put a ward here, she does this, and then she runs up this way. You can assume she's either going to gank mid, or she's going to come up here to river and try to gank bottom, or she's going up to counter jungle. If you see her run back this way, you know you're probably safe on the bot side. So having a deep ward somewhere in here, maybe down here if you can get one, that's really the best thing that you can do against Evelynn. So I finally go out and I get that ward. And I should have placed it more towards this side, because right here, it's not going to give me that vision of the camp that I want. So if she walks in, she does the camp right here, I won't see shit. I won't see which way she's rotating afterwards, because her stealth re-engages pretty quickly. So another play going on in mid lane. Alistar is already there. Alistar is doing really well at countering all these plays. So I just miss everything here. And I really try to clean it up with my ulti, but shields last way too long, and I just die. I just straight die. Can't get her low enough when the shield's active. Like, I'm really, really trying to help my mid laner do anything, but he's really far behind and he keeps getting countered. Alistar is wrecking him there. Alistar's clearing again. So really, guys, expectations for Pyke laning, you want to try to protect your carry. If you're versus a dive tank, you want to counter. You want to counter CC the enemy carry if their tank engages on your carry, right? That is your goal here. Counter CC. Other than that, we're going to call the video here. That is Pyke lane expectations.